Okay, heads, we are talking kits, the home of the greatest football kit content on the entire planet. I say that, and I mean it. I don't pull me punches. I mean what I say. Thank you for joining us in the Rank Bank. This is where we are every Wednesday, the new time of 9:30. I am Double A as always, and that's James. That's James.
Hello.
Do you know what I do behind every week? I think stop looking at the screen and think where he is. You're there. There you are.
When you point to a badge and you have to think about it. Like,
Doing
where is it?
who did it? Was it Carney at Burnley when he was pointing at the
He
Umbro?
pointed to the Umbro, didn't he? Yeah. Classic
Well, he's
Cornet,
there anyway. It's James. You're right, son.
I'm very good. Looking forward to tonight's show. A little bit different tonight. So yeah. Excuse me. Look, I'm getting all choked up thinking about it. But no, it's already going to be a little bit different if people have been watching this before. But yeah, looking forward to it. How are you?
I'm really well. I'm really, really well. Some little stuff going on. I've been a busy week. Been doing little bits of content here and there. Started new weekly show on another channel, Saeed TV, with none other than Andy Tate of all people. Was really interesting. Lovely. Give it to Giggsy till end of the season. And even better than that, he said he loves his kits and he wants to come on the channel. So there's someone for everyone to look forward to. Coming on, hopefully, Andy Tate. Big United fan. But no, I mean, I'm good. I'm looking forward to ranking these kits. They've caused a bit of a stir, obviously, having been released. And I think it was one we spoke about with one of our guests last season. So the fact they've all been released now, we managed to get him on to talk about them is even better. And yeah, like you say, there's a little bit of a twist to it, which we'll mention when all the guests have been introduced. Obviously, still no Sean is still jet setting.
Still in Dubai, I think. I don't know if he's one of these, one of these who goes out to Dubai and says that they're out there doing sort of social networking, but they're wean on someone.
Yeah. To be honest, it'd make a difference to him not weaning bottles in his bedroom, wouldn't it? To be fair,
he's not to defend himself. But
to be fair, that's a long story. I'll leave that for Sean to tell one time. Maybe, I don't know. Anyway, we're not here to talk about people weaning on anyone. We're talking about football kits. No Josh as well. Obviously, this week he's off doing something. He didn't really give any information. He said, "I'm not going to be here." So I said, "Okay, fine."
He's a man of mystery. We don't question him, do we? If he's not in, he's not in.
He's like the kit community's version of James Bond, isn't he? You don't know what he's up to. Is he saving the world?
He's
you don't know, do we?
He's your flair player who doesn't train but turns up on a Saturday. Do you know what
Medley King.
Just let him do it. Just let him do it.
Medley King just doesn't train all week and then pulls out a 9 out of 10. No, that's that's what we like. But yeah, so Josh will be back next week, hopefully, and maybe too Sean as well. So it's just us two holding down the regular spots this week. So we've got 3 people coming on. All have been on the show before, so it's like you got your boys round to watch the game. And they're comfortable being here. I hope they're comfortable being here anyway. So yeah, let's get into it. Let's get our first guest on. Again, I say this every week, and it does feel like I'm either lying or I just lick everyone's ass, and neither is the case. Okay, he is one of my most favorite people within the shirt community, and this is just he's just amazing. His tweets are funny, his videos are funny. He's just an all-round great guy, and I'm so happy that he wants to come on again. Obviously, after the last episode was a bit of a nightmare in terms of my internet connection, but he's agreed to come on, and it's just great to have him here. It's obviously Chris Chats Shirts. Good evening, sir. Hello.
How
it's good to see you again. I'm well. Really well.
And first off, none of this after last time. It's my privilege to be here. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're too kind.
Honestly,
thank you for coming back on.
I know we're starting off on a lot of bottom kissing at the minute, but I really do appreciate coming on the show. And honestly, this for me is one of the most kind of inclusive and inviting podcasts. Not to disparage any of the other podcasts. I'm sure they're fab. But I really this just feels like a group of mates talking about shirts and putting the shirts first, and I really, really like that. So
that's what we like it to be. Many people have said when they come on here, they said they don't have that opportunity to sit around with mates and talk about football shirts. Maybe not a lot of us have mates who are into the same hobby, and to find a collection of people that want to do that and want to do that with us Yeah, it's amazing. I love it.
My wife has only just stopped punching herself in the face every time I talk about shirts. So, you know, like...
She's getting there. She's getting there.
Getting there. But at least she stopped punching me in the face every time I talk about shirts.
The therapy's working.
She moved on to self-harm, which is that better or worse? I don't know.
Look, she's not crying anymore. That's fine, so.
Well, that's the main thing. Well, thank you for coming on. You've obviously picked... I say you've picked tonight's shirts for the ranking. Basically, you couldn't pick, so you had to go for all of them. Could you? You struggled, and he literally said, I can't pick, so let's just do everything. I was like, okay, that's fine.
That bottom of the barrel was so loud that I was like, what can we do? So yeah, I suggested. Can I say what I suggested, or are we going to hang on to that? I don't.
Yeah, well, I'll get the other two on, and then we can go into everything, and then we'll get it. Before we get them on, someone's obviously some comments coming in, so I'll big up everyone in the chat. I will come through to you all. But Von Vad has come up with a comment. It's saying, as a newbie to this channel, what are you all about? Brackets, I'm being a producer for the new watchers. So basically, we are talking kit. It's a channel for free football kit fanatics, making content for football kit fanatics. And we like to get the community on. The kit community is vast now. It spreads the whole entire planet. So we like to give those people that love the hobby as much as we do, the lifestyle, I want to call it, as much as we do, that voice as well. It did start out this channel a bit egotistical. We just wanted the three of us and myself, James and Sean, to talk to each other each week about kits. And we thought, no, we want to involve everyone else because there's so many amazing stories about football shirts and what they mean to people that we thought, yeah, why not? Why not expand it and get everyone on? So this show is a live show every Wednesday at 9:30, and we just get 10 shirts from a team, a manufacturer, anything, a tournament, and we just rank them individually. I get the scores, count them all up, and then we get a definitive 10 on our list. And we just count them down, have a chat about them, what we liked, what we didn't like, and then you guys in the comments join in and let us know if you like them as well. That's pretty much what this show entails. Hope that explained it very, very well.
You did, yeah.
Yeah, well, there we go. Right, okay, so let's get on to our next guest. He's pretty much a staple to this show now. I think I'm going to, if my maths are right, it's his fourth appearance, I think. I think so. And I think that he's up there with one of the, I think he's been on more shows than Sean, to be fair.
Yeah, we've said to some guests in the past, it's your hat trick, you get a hat trick ball. We need to stop saying that because...
Out of pocket. Yeah, I'm out of pocket. I'm sure it's his fourth. He'll let us know if not. He's obviously Jacob from Art on Shirts. What a legend!
It's my third. This is my hat trick appearance. This one, yeah.
Maybe I just wish he'd been on more. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know. Could be the case. Could be the case. Do you know what it is? It's probably because we speak a lot on socials and that. Well, I think we speak a lot. I'm just always sending you love hearts from your posts and that, telling you how much I love you and I love your art. So that's probably what it is more than anything. If you haven't seen Jacob and Art on Shirts FC, make sure you follow him on Twitter and Instagram and just look at what he does because it's unbelievable. Like, honestly, I'm still in the process of sorting one out myself. He basically puts footballers on like famous shirts they wore. He's done R9, he's done Zurich BIG on New York City, he's done who else he's done? He's done Shaka Hislop on a Newcastle top.
Oh, that was
Gerard as well. I said that to you. You've even made me like a Liverpool shirt, which is unbelievable, to be fair. But make sure you go and check him out because he's unbelievable. But how have you been? It's been a little bit since we spoke on face to face, but
it's been good. Yeah, all good. It's been really busy. I was off last week. Had a little break, a little holiday last week, and then back to it now for a busy period up until Christmas. Just working and then working on shirts as well.
Yeah, say busy, then he's living up in Corfu. Yeah, that's proper busy, that,
mate. I still watched the show last week, though.
Hey, that's commitment, to be fair. Do you know what? Someone's done one better. Is it Mossy on Twitter? He actually did the show while he was on holiday, so I'm not saying he's better. I'm just saying.
Even Sean doesn't do that in Dubai. No, I know they've got Wi-Fi out there.
No, he's too busy pissing on people, that's why. He's not taking an hour out. He's got money to earn.
He's squatting on some billionaire's chest.
Yeah.
He's in the wrong game.
Yeah, we really are. Right, okay, Jacob, it's amazing to see you again, mate. I'm glad you've
pleasure to be on, man. Love it.
Another appearance. It means we're doing something right when people want to come on, especially for a third time. So, yeah. right, I definitely know how many occasions this guy's been on. Another one, you know what? You see, when you see people starting out maybe on accounts and stuff like that, and you see them grow and grow, and you see the content they're creating, the pictures they're taking, the videos they're doing, it's brilliant. And I love seeing people do better and get big and stuff like that. And this guy at the moment really is doing some amazing stuff, especially on TikTok as well. I think he just recently reached 10,000 followers on there, so it's not an easy feat sometimes to get your numbers up on social media. Do you know what? I'm jealous of some of the shirts he's buying at the moment. I think he flew to Barcelona just to buy one shirt. I'm not gonna say it's funny, but he didn't have the shirt there when he went. Which I'm not saying that's funny. That's not funny. It's not funny. But if you still write something, I would personally write it to go that way. Anyway, I'm not gonna take the piss anymore. It is Dan, Retro Shirts FC. He's back for his second appearance. Good evening, mate.
Evening. How you doing?
I'm well. I'm well. How are you? That's the important thing.
Good. I'm good. I did manage to get that Barca shirt.
Yeah, you did eventually, yeah, but not when you went
the week later. So
you got that nice pre-match though, so that's something. I did, yeah. At least you got something out of it.
Yeah, I didn't come back empty-handed.
Yeah, I don't think you could have. After going over there, you had to come back with something.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I mean? Even the ill-fated home shirt from last season.
He'd have got a giant Toblerone from duty free anyway. But
well, yeah. Sometimes that's all I go away for is a giant Toblerone. Anyway, this is our panel tonight, and what a panel we have. I mean, this series is just keeps getting better and better, and I think to have 3 people who've been on a couple of times, get what the show's all about. I think we're in for a really good episode tonight. Just before we do that, let me do the sort of housekeeping. If it is your first time talking kit, do make sure you're liking this video. It helps us, obviously, algorithms get put out there, more people watch, more people like, more people subscribe. Subscribe to the channel as well. We are a small channel at the moment, even though we have big content. And we're just trying to grow and be better and better. And also, if you need to smash on the bell notification for every time that we drop some content. A few people in the chat, that's what I say hello to. Hello to Viking Football, who's locked in. Also, we've got Hornsby. Are they toys? No. Hornby. That's a different thing, isn't it? I don't know. We've also got Elijah. And, he's here every single week, and I love talking to him. It's Jackson's jerseys. He's saying, evening, guys. James, that crest is fire.
Oh, I'm doing it again. Look, there we go.
Oh, lovely stuff. Lovely stuff.
Austria,
He'll be drooling over that Germany top now, though.
We will, yeah. Definitely. He sent me a picture of a day of a Germany shirt he got. It was, I can't remember what year it was. He might tell me in the chat, but yeah, it was absolutely beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
Jamie as well. Yeah. Jamie as well, big up for locking in. So this week we are looking at the Nike national team shirt. So what I wanted to do originally, I'll go into the whole story. So I wanted to do 5 home shirts, 5 away shirts from the ones that have been released from Nike this week. And I left it. Sometimes I like the guests to pick the shirts or one of the other lads on the show. So I'm not always doing it. So I asked Chris if he would kindly pick 5 home shirts, 5 away shirts. And I'd leave it at that, and I'd wait for him to get a DM off him saying, "Here we go, Aaron. This is the shirt." The DM I got was basically, "Help! I can't pick. I can't decide. I'm struggling. Can we just do the home and away shirts from national teams?" So basically, what we have to rank is the pair as a team. So we're just ranking nation and their 2 shirts. I don't think I'll explain that very well, but yeah. So basically, it's 10 nations. And we're going to rank both of their shirts and putting them in a list from 1 to 10. Did anyone find it hard, easier than they thought it was? Or how do we find it if we go around the table?
I think, well, for me, it was easier in some way. I mean, it was similar because I kind of think the obvious ones to me stood out and boom, they're straight away sort of in your top 3 and then the rest sort of filtered through. Was difficult on some occasions, though, where you really like one and not so much the other, which added a little, added dimension to it this week.
Yeah. Chris, yourself, how do you find it?
Yeah, it was one of those weird ones of like 5 home and 5 away, and then I was trying to pull up that list, and it was just a bit like, So I thought, why don't we go by federation? Because then it's at least like it's like the girls who would approach me and my mates when we were back in the clubs. They'd come along for, there'd always be one good-looking, one that they would talk to, and then they'd have to talk to me as well. So that's how I feel about these Nike shirts. There's a good one in each federation, and then like the ugly mate who you have to kind of tag along with. So
don't point yourself. You're a handsome man.
Back then I wasn't. I was a minger back then, mate.
but look at the ego now. But now I'm a fucking swan. I'm a fucking swan. I am. It's a fair comment. It's a fair comment.
Look at this.
Well, you're married, so that means something, doesn't it? Someone finds you fit enough to live with you.
Someone's there at the bottom of the barrel for me. You know what I mean?
But again, she does punch herself in the face, so you have to question something. I'll stop being insulted. Dan, yourself, how did you find the shirts this week?
I found it easier to pick a favorite than like the last time I was on. I don't really like many of them, and it was quite hard. It was quite hard to pick a bottom one rather than the best one for me.
That's encouraging to hear. That's encouraging. And Jacob, just finishing off on you then. How did you find these sort of Nike shirts that are being released?
I feel like the odd one out now because I like quite a few of them. I think there's a fair few that are nice.
I genuinely like them. Like I like the template. Yeah. I'm probably the only person in the world that likes the template, but I actually do.
I didn't mind them.
I even like the Spurs away shirt, and everyone pans it.
I wouldn't go that far. Come on.
Do you know what? No, thank you very much. I'm into my scuba gear. Leave me alone. Anyway. Just a quick, obviously, about liking the shirts. There's a comment from Von Var. He's saying the Nike template has ruined the World Cup shirts. That Portugal one is minging. I remember saying to Jacob, I know. Listen, I was getting hate on the Subside Instagram the other day after the release. I commented just saying, I do like the Portugal at home. I like that Portugal.
I don't mind them. Don't mind them.
I had people telling me that I'm not allowed to like it because I'm not from Portugal. I was like, what are you talking about? And they were like, you don't understand it. Our flag is not all green. Don't you dare like this. I was like, listen, you can't stop me liking the shirt. I don't care about you. It's just a nice shirt.
I suppose you're gonna be ordering some of that Chinese food tonight, Aaron, and you're not even Chinese. How dare you?
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, absolutely. I've got a Spanish car. Say that.
What?
I'm not even Spanish.
It's the UK. Nothing's from the UK. We need to enjoy something.
So for tonight, I'm wearing that just to say, look at you. It's not. This isn't the flag either. What are you gonna do? So there we go. That was my little bit on that. I'm not getting into a rant or anything. I just thought it was funny. Okay, so yes, what you're going to see then is the home and away shirt from 10 of the nations that are manufactured by Nike, and they've released their shirts. Not all of them are in the World Cup that we will see, but I think overall the 10 or 20 really nice shirts that Nike have released. Say what you will about the template or whatever. So let's get into it. So number 10 on our list then is with just 11 points. And I think out of the 10 nations, it probably deserves, that's a harsh word, but it probably was in my reckoning to come dead last. Like I say, 11 points overall, and it's the 2 from Down Under. It's Australia. I mean, where did I put it? I did put it 9th, but that's because I think there is better shirts out there. The home shirt is really, really nice. I think the away shirt, for me, drags it down. It's like I was really trying to think of what it reminds me of. I'm not. I don't know. I can't remember. It's just something that doesn't appeal to me. So yeah, 9th on my list overall. James, we'll come to you straight away because you had these in 7th. Yeah. So are these shirts something that are going to keep coming back around and around for you?
I hope not in this instance.
I just wanted to throw a boomerang reference in there. Sorry, that's the
best. But yeah, with this one, the away shirt looks a bit like a rugby top, especially with that badge for me. So it probably will do quite well in Oz. Also, he looks like he's really sticking his chest out in the images. Doesn't look like a natural post. Anyway, that's just my thought. That's not why I scored the shirt in 7th.
Yeah, you're a liar. You're a liar.
I think there was a few more on there that I disliked more. Obviously, that's why it's 7th.
Yeah.
It might grow on me a little bit. I like the I do like the sort of the color combination they've gone for with the away strip, and I do like the sort of the cuff of the sleeves on the home. But it's just an odd. It can't just be the lighting of that shot. It's just an odd sort of almost like a spray can effect on the home shirt on that gold. So just out of interest, you know why a kangaroo and emu is on the Australian badge?
National animals. I don't know. Do you know?
I do know this. Okay. Because they don't walk backwards. It's supposed to show progression to move forward. So there you go. But yeah, for me, I don't try and push a kangaroo to go backwards either. I wouldn't recommend that. But yeah, 7th. I don't know what more I can say on it. Really, there's not too much going on.
I think you've said enough. You've done. You've done. You know, we haven't got Josh here, but then we've still got the amazing facts. To be fair, I've got a fair few comments coming in about this shirt. You know, it's the home shirt is boring, away kit okay. Elijah's saying the away reminds me of Inter Milan's trading top with the colour blocking. That's a fair shout. Von Vard is saying, is there a pattern deep in that shirt that means something? The Netherlands home has it. Yeah, I think like James said, I think it's just like a spray effect.
It's not a leopard print, is it?
I don't think it's
meant to be representing some of the indigenous animal patterns. Apparently.
Okay. So it's a platypus, yeah? Obviously you can tell, can't you?
Is it a dingo?
Is it a dingo?
Sorry about that. Any Australians watching? I apologise.
Yeah. Home kit, I like. Yeah, let's not try and alienate the whole population. Or
thank God it's not India.
Don't do India. Please don't do India. Home kit, I like, to be honest. And Isaac, the definition of meh, which is a strong take, to be fair, mate. Dan, we'll come
by our students, so I do apologise for that.
No, don't apologise. Thank you, Isaac, for your amazing comment. You obviously got one of the best teachers in the world. Dan, we'll come to you. You had it 8th on your list. So in between myself and James, like the meat in a beautiful, beautiful sandwich. I heard someone saying, or someone on Twitter was saying that this home shirt looks more like a Brazil shirt than the Brazil shirt. I don't think they've seen a Brazil shirt. What are you thinking on this and the away shirt in general?
Like I don't mind the home. I really didn't like it when it first came out. I thought it was pretty much the same as the Netherlands, but now I know it's a bit different. So I've grown to like it a little bit, and it makes a change like just a standard yellow that's just flat with no like pattern on it. But yeah, the away I'm not a fan of. I really don't like the night template. Like I haven't liked it since day one, and I've just not changed my mind.
Did you just buy one of the shirts and say it's the best shirt?
But it works on a Barca shirt, which is fine.
Oh, okay. It can bend. The rules can bend a little bit.
Well, yeah. The ones that for you, there's no rules.
The ones that are just like a flat colour and then a bit under the neck, I really don't like. I think it looks a bit like a referee shirt, but I don't know if that's like the way he's posing or
is it like the away one?
Yeah.
Do you know, on that away one, I thought that was Iker Casillas, you know, a young Iker Casillas. Like they'd, so in the Marvel films when they make Thingy look younger, I thought that's what they'd done with Iker Casillas. Maybe that's just me. I don't know. So you're not really a fan then, Dan? I'm taking it.
No, not really. I think I'd have been 8th spinner, so they're not.
Yeah, that's a shout. That's a shout. Jacob, you had it dead last because you don't like Neighbours or Home and Away. So, tell us why you're not really much of a fan. I guess.
I am. I don't mind it. I don't mind it, even though I did put it last. I like the home. I like the home colour. I think the colour of the shirt is great, and the way they've got the sort of the gold and then the lighter yellow mixed in together. But the one thing that really bothers me about the home is that green. And if it was like a darker green than that lighter shade, I think I'd probably like it a little bit more.
Yeah.
But I saw some photos because I don't know about everyone else, but you know these Nike photos which they've sort of put out. I want to see like full kits of them, and you rarely see them on these ones.
Yeah.
But I saw is it Alexander Jason? I think he goes as Talking Shirt on Twitter and stuff, and he's like a photographer.
Oh yeah.
And he put some photos up not so long ago, and the green looked a little bit different. And he's an awesome photographer anyway, so he makes crap things look good. But he got it looking really, really good. The other thing that bothers me about the home is the badge. Like you can see the shielding on there, but you almost kind of want like a line around it as well.
Yeah, to make
I know
it pop.
You can see like the gold there, yeah, just to make it pop a little bit, because it's just like a plain sort of background on that shield, and it just kind of gets lost a little bit, especially with that lighter green.
Yeah,
and like the away kit, I think the color combos are so nice. I think they complement each other brilliantly, but it just looks like a training top.
Yeah,
you're right. So yeah, well, Chris, we'll come to you then. Obviously, again, you've had it dead last as well. So any overriding thoughts that maybe a little bit different to everyone else on why these shirts probably have come last overall this week?
Also, just buying into the usual Nike BS line as well that I kind of can't stand. And actually, I've just seen in the comments, Elijah, you're totally right. I got it wrong in my notes here. It's not based on animal print. It's based on nature print. Sorry, I've mistaken it for the Dutch one. But Elijah said it's based on the landscape of the outback. And it's one of those things where with the BS that they always attach to, it's like, is it like, when I look at that, do I think Australian outback with the home, or do I think that slightly faded suede armchair in your grandparents' house? It's got that
crushed velvet,
yeah. Everything that everyone else has said as well. The colouring, it's just, I don't mind the gold, but the green just seems off. You're absolutely right. If it was a darker green, would look lovely. The away shirt, apparently it's based, and I quote, based on inspired by ocean life, that away one. So maybe, Aaron, it's like you say, the ocean life is just people in their scuba gear. That's what they're going for.
But it must be. Anything else? Anyone else got anything to say on it? I mean, it's okay. I think it'll do all right, won't it? For
the mayor comment has just proven itself to be right, hasn't it? Really?
Yeah.
Old Isaac. Did you want a going out rating? Sorry, you said about me.
Going out rating. Which out of the two? Which one are you wearing out of the two on a night out?
I'd wear the home one if we were on a pub crawl and we had to go via Outback, on the hope that I might get a free pint.
Okay, lovely.
Nice.
So, I don't know. I don't know if I've just noticed this now, but if you look really closely on the home, I'm sure you can see Bouncer from Neighbours in it. Maybe. I don't know.
No. That's Helen Daniels.
Helen Daniels. See, I always get them too confused, to be honest with you.
They should have definitely should have had the Minogue sisters sort of wearing these, shouldn't they? They missed the trick there.
Yeah, they missed the trick there. Missed the trick. Anyway, there we go. Number 10 on our list, 11 points. I think we probably spoke about it far too long, to be fair to you. It's the Australia home and away shirt. That really
hey.
What?
You said home and away shirt.
Oh, I did, didn't I? Yeah, that was by accident. I didn't even mean to do that. I didn't even mean to do that. Anyway, let's see who their neighbour is. On number 9 in the list, 13 points overall this pair got, and it is the two from the Netherlands. So we're staying orange for this. I mean, yeah. 8th on my list. I like the Netherlands when they have orange and black on the home, the pattern. Yeah. The away reminds me of sort of the 98 away shirt, kind of. But again, it's that different colour pattern on the neck. I'm not a fan of. We'll move straight on from me, and let's go with Dan. I'll start with you, Dan, because you had it dead last. You didn't like these at all, it seems, or you didn't like them any more than anything else in the list. So yeah, tell us why you're not that much of a fan.
Well, again, it's the night template on the away. I'm just even like the black bit, I think, change the colour, make it the same colour as the orange on the badge, and it might look a bit better.
Yeah,
like that looks out of place. And then the home, it's not even like the traditional colour for the Netherlands. It's just oh, we're going for a bright orange shirt. I didn't realise there was a meaning behind the pattern. I still don't think there is. I think they've just gone for something that they think looks good and then made up a reason for it. But yeah, they just look a bit rubbish. I'm not a fan.
It's terrible shirts. Yeah, no, I can fully back that, mate. Chris, let's come to you then. 9th on your list, so only one place higher than Australia for you. So, I mean, you've gotten Bob on so far in this list. What's you thinking? Does the pattern add anything to this shirt, or is it just
the line that's in there?
Yeah,
I mean, I'm looking pretty closely, and all I see is, and I think it was Grecian on Twitter in the community likened it to a Quality Street rapper, and that's all I see. That's all I can see.
It looks like, you know, when people say they see Jesus' face in a bit of toast.
Yeah. Yeah. Whoever's on those ones sign this, because there's no it's the wrong shade of orange. Like, you know, they just need like laser orange and black. And simple. You know, I think even if they'd have just done something similar to that with that template, it could have worked. The away one, apparently it's based on the 2000 away, in that it's kind of blue and dark blue with the orange accents. But that yoke around the neck is just like, I get it's kind of a bit total 90 T90, but just not. And I just, if they'd maybe had the home in that sort of pattern with the orange and black, that might have worked. But it's just a bit of a swing and a miss for me.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Jacob, again, same as Chris, you had it 9th on your list. So, where have they gone wrong? What could they have done better with these shirts?
Like I said at the start, I quite like a lot of these shirts, and I know the home's been absolutely hammered online, but I quite like it. I think that pattern. Sorry, can you just pop the pick up of it? Sorry, man.
Don't say sorry. Just tell me to do it, mate. Do you know what I mean?
You've been on the show more times now. You know what to do. Just get into it. That's fine.
I quite like that, because I'm imagining watching Netherlands play in the World Cup under the floodlights on the pitch in Qatar, and I think that's going to look absolutely amazing. I think the lighter bits are gonna pop off it. It's going to look kind of like an 80s silk, you know, like a wool silky material, a bit metallic-y. I can imagine that looking class on the pitch. I really can. I think the badge is cool. I like the bit of black on the back as well that they've got going on there. I get that it's different, but I think on the pitch it might win people over from their initial thoughts. The away is a little bit boring for me. I get the kind of 2000 comparison, but yeah, it's just a bit boring.
No, that's a fair comparison, mate. I don't.
It's really getting slammed in the comments, isn't it?
Oh yeah, it's not people.
Yeah.
I think this is just this night template. It's bringing out the worst in people. I think they just need to. James, we'll finish off with you on this one. You had it 6th, Scott. I think you seem to be a bit more of a fan than the rest of us. So I know you've got an affinity to the Netherlands.
I do like a Dutch shirt. Yeah, I do like a Dutch shirt, and by no means this, compared to previous years, is down as a classic yet. I think what we're not seeing with these, obviously, because the brand spanking new in terms of releases, and we do it on previous shows. Go back and watch them. Is that live shot we have of a player wearing it?
Yeah,
and sometimes people go, I didn't like that, but actually I do now quite like it. And I think when we actually watch this in the tournament, this will start to grow on people, especially this home one. The away does look a bit moody. It looks like you've got it from, on holiday in Turkey, and it's not quite there, even though it's trying to be something it's not. But with this one, I think it'll grow on people. Still not au fait with the Nike storylines of it being a lion and it being this and it being that. I do think they just come up with it, and then we have to fill in the blanks of what it may or may not be, or at least they have a team that do that behind the scenes. But like, in English literature, when you said, why did he say the coat was red? And you have to write 2 paragraphs on why it might have been red. And really, it was just the author just putting a colour in there. I think that's what they do to fill in the blanks. But I think this will grow on us. Memphis Depay in this, nutmegging someone and scoring a good goal. I think that will suddenly, start to change people's opinion on it. That's just what I think. And yeah, 6 for me.
6 overall for you. Chris, night out rating for both of these?
If I was going to go out in one of them, I'd probably go out in a home one. and just maybe try and tell some people that I was wearing it as a tribute to my grandma, who used to wear a shiny tracksuit of that color.
So there we go then, number 9 on our list. The home shirt looking like a shirt you can get when you go and get your teeth and hair done in Turkey. And the away shirt not looking that great overall. Again, it's that scuba diving neckline. Not helping it out at all. So, 13 points overall. 9th on our list is the Netherlands to 2022 World Cup kits, you could probably call them. Right, let's move over to number 8 on the list. And it's 18 points overall they got. Not a fan for me. Dead last on my rankings this week. The 2 from the US of A, good old America. I just think they're really poor. I know the home has gone down quite bad with the USA fans and players alike, apparently. And the away shirt, I don't really know. I'm just going to stop talking. I'll get into the panel, let them discuss it and tell us what they thought. Let's start with you, Jacob. 5th overall. So you had him middle of the road for you.
Yeah.
Tell us.
I am.
Tell us why you thought he deserved to be middle of the road and quite high on the list.
This is one where I quite liked one of them over the other, and I like the home one. People probably really don't like this one, but it's the same again. There's proper bits to it. I think Nike have really played on. I'm surprised so did you say that the Americans don't like it, or the players?
Apparently, I seen something. I'm sure it's on Twitter that the players and the fans aren't overawed by it, aren't really gravitating towards it.
See, I thought they'd be all over this. The way that they've sort of tried to mirror a bit of an American football style with the Nike ticks, the Nike swooshes on the arms, the way that they're faced the same way as the American football jerseys, and the kind of the 2 stripes on the sleeve are a bit like that, maybe a bit ice hockey like as well. And I love a centralized badge, and that USA looks massive. I thought they'd be all on board with that. It kind of looks like something Homelander would wear, or some Marvel superhero would wear, but that is a USA home shirt. If I was, that's what you'd expect a USA home shirt to look like. And they've kind of had every style available, haven't they? They've wore stripes and hoops and sashes and multiple ones at the same time, where I think this is nice and clean and bold. The away kit for me looks a little bit like a training shirt. It's a nice color and a nice graphic running through it, but a little bit training shirty again. That's kind of why it was a bit middle of the roady for me. I like the home, but not so much the away. Yeah,
fair enough, mate. James, you had these 8th, so you had it bang on this week. Do you think they've not gone down well? Obviously, saying because some people are liking the fact it's got that slight nod to American football, but do you think they maybe need to stay clear of that and try and keep it football and not pigskin?
I think if they're trying to broaden the market that they're appealing to, then it's the right thing to do. I agree. It is sort of a generic USA sort of jersey, shall we say. Really not a fan of the away. It looks like a cheap tie-dye shirt that they just sort of ironed the badge onto the front of. The home shirt is all right. Obviously, I think that away just really marks it down for me. Maybe they could have been a little bit more ambitious. There's a lot of white there. They could have been a little bit more ambitious if they really wanted to be. Maybe pop it out a little bit. It is Nike, and if it's their template, have fun with it and do something and represent the US. But yeah, it's not fantastic. Also, who's this model? Pick a team, mate.
Listen, let's just hope you don't get in the subside comments, because they'll be getting pelters from every single person if she's not from the US. Let me tell you. I mean, I think the comments are, some people are liking him. Obviously, Andy's been on. He said he's not having it. Compare the home with the previous Team Nike USA shirt, and Nike have done a good job, like the swoosh on the sleeve, retro feel from the 80s. And he went on to say that Adidas, Patrick, Lecoq Sportif all had sleeve logos in the 80s, and it's great to see it here again. Chris,
Patrick, there's an old one, isn't it? Sorry.
Oh, I'm telling you. Chris, do you agree with that? Is that are you a fan of the sort of sleeve logos rather than it being on the sort of base of the shirt?
The home one is actually one of the few ones that I kind of actually quite like, and actually mean like. The yoke seems a little bit thinner on it compared like that Dutch one seems huge, but that one seems quite thin. And I like the Americanization of it. Like, I like the backward Nike stuff on the arms because, again, like, it's one of the few ones, and I think England is one of the other ones, that it's kind of buying into like the heritage of the country. And yeah, I can't remember who said it before. I think you all said it before. This is a US jersey, and it feels like it's designed for that. Like it could be like Homelander's away shirt. Like I really like that comment. I think where it misses is, like the country itself, is it doesn't have any nostalgia to link to it, because actually it's a bit of a hodgepodge of a number of different Nike styles that the US didn't actually have. So forgive me for being a bit old tech, but when I saw it, it reminded me of the Belgium 98 one, where it had like the two, double kind of color on the sleeves. But the US never had that. The next reminds me of the 2002 one, which again the US had a big floppy collar instead of that. And I think what would set this shirt off really well is if it had like the big kind of circle T90 number on it as a kind of focal point. And it just feels like if it picked one of the, if it had the sleevey things that the Belgium shirt had, if the US had that in 98, people would go, oh, it's a callback. But it's almost like calling back other ideas that other shirts had. So it doesn't feel like it has its own callback. And yeah, the away one's just a kind of tie-dye bit of nonsense in it, All right.
Yeah, that's true. Dom Kingdom's been on. This is private, not in the text me. This is how mad he must be, because he's texted me privately. He's put the USA home will look even more shit with the tournament sleeve patches covering the only stylistic embezzlement.
True, actually, yeah.
So that's something we've not thought about. Obviously, like you say, without the sort of on-pitch look or anything, any patches on there, that's going to get covered up. So, yeah, you're all wrong. Dom's right, guys. So stop bigging it up. We'll finish off with Dan. Sorry, because you had it 5th as well on your list. We'll finish off with Dan, who isn't a fan of American shirts or doesn't like them compared to the rest of the shirts we had in the list. You had it 9th overall, mate. Yeah, what did you like about them? Is there anything you did like?
I love the centralized badge, and I think any shirt with a centralized badge is good, but that's the only thing that I like about it. And I promise we do get some shirts that I do like. I don't hate them all, but
you know what? At least you're not like Sam SH Shirts. You come on. He basically came on and said he hated every single shirt that came on. Like, I love you, but no, I'm joking. It was fine. It's fine. So go on, mate. Anything? Well, what's? I'm gonna say the thing you don't like the most is the neckline. Again on the shirt.
Yeah, template just couldn't do it. And then I also saw someone comment to say the blue and red on the sleeve with the white on top looks like a Russian flag, and I can't look past it now. That's all I can say.
Controversial.
And then same with the away. It's just a tie-dye shirt, and there's nothing special, and they just look a bit rubbish.
I
hear it.
Just thinking while Art on Shirts is gone, there's a lot of white there. I'm thinking Kim Kardashian right in that white bit there for that. That would be perfect. That could be his next project.
Yeah, Kim Kardashian of all people. Let's
What's more American?
We'll ask him his background. Anything. Jacob, I don't know if you heard that.
A guy from
I missed that. I kind of heard Kardashian, and then that was it.
James you've got a white sort of A4 piece of paper there. What are you putting on it? I'm thinking Kim Kardashian there, right through the middle of it.
Has to be Donald Trump, surely.
Donald Trump. That's that will split the room, I think.
No, I'm definitely sticking with the Homelander. The Homelander idea for that. I think it will fit perfectly.
Fair enough. Here's a good shout. It just made me think. Viking football. It looks like a Bolton top at that.
Yeah,
like a Bolton
just
shirt,
needs home bargains on the sponsor, doesn't it?
Oh, lovely home bargains. It definitely an Allardyce era Bolton shirt. That couple of 1-0 wins at Old Trafford. Yeah, definitely. Right then, the US of A, 8th on our list, 18 points overall. Yeah, they're not doing too well. So we'll move on to number 7. Jump up a little bit now in terms of points, and they got 28 on our list, which is usually quite a good score. To say the 7th obviously means the other shirts obviously were placed quite high. So I'm having some iPad problems here. So will you just stay there? Do you know what? There we go. Right. Okay, moving on. Let's go to number 7. 28 points overall. I think this could split the room. This could be a Donald Trump in terms of where this goes now. Like that. It's the England shirts. Yeah. Coming out. It's coming out 7th on the list. I thought these would be quite high up. I actually really like these two as a pair. The away shirt a lot more than the home shirt. I put it 3rd on my list. I think they're really nice. Very different. There's certain things I'll show you later on is the reason why the away shirt definitely gets higher up, even with that blue wash. It's still a very, very nice shirt. So yeah, no, I thought these would be really quite well received. Jacob, we'll start with you because you agree with me. You put these 3rd as well in your list. The best shirts England have released for a while, would you say?
Ooh. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, you know what? Probably best since Euro 96 home top.
Ooh, okay.
That's what I'm going to say, and it plays sort of a homage to that 96 home with the colourway.
Yeah,
I know the shoulders have come up and they're quite, polarizing in its audience and whether they like it or dislike it. But I quite like that kind of ombre. I think the dark blue and the light blue fit the sort of Euro 96 name set and the shorts and the collar that we used back then. I really like it. It's kind of a bit adventurous, really, for England. If you try and think back to the last couple of Nike efforts, we've not really tried anything that special. And I like this one. It's bold. The away kit, absolutely love it. I've got the Umbro 1990 away. And yeah, I love the fact that they've sort of gone back to it. The collar looks wicked. Obviously slightly modernized with, and when you fold it up with the 3 lions, which it's got on there. The only thing I don't quite like with the away kit is the full kits with red shorts, and I'd rather a contrast, maybe a darker blue or even a white. I'd quite like that. But also I've seen the full kits for both, and the shorts and the socks sort of follow that theme of the shirts which they're trying to sort of take inspiration from with the 96. They're very similar with like a light blue triangle in the corner. I know they've got a lot of that cut on their kits for this World Cup, but yeah, I quite like it. Smart, adventurous, good colours, nice, bold, vibrant colours.
Yeah, no, I tend to agree. Dan, I think that the last home shirt that England had, obviously in the Euros, obviously will go down quite well with fans. I think it sold out at one point on the Nike website, which I've not known England shirts do for a while. So this one, I think it is already splitting the fans. I know they've got some PR jargon going on with the white bit in the sleeves meant to be like lion scratches or lion claw marks or something like that. For you, how you finding these as a pair and the home shirt? What are you thinking of them? Because you had 5th on the list.
Yeah, when it first came out, I was like, I put England right at the bottom. I was like, I really don't like it. It's like a training shirt, but I've kind of grown to like it a little bit now. I still don't think it's up there with the best ones, but yeah, the away is my favourite of the aways, I think. But the one thing I don't like about the England shirts, and we've done it for a while, is we don't show off the star above the badge.
Yeah,
it's like it's our biggest achievement ever, and you can't see it.
It's my gripe as well. I always say it about England shirts.
But yeah, I really like the blue badge on the away, and the little tint on the collar as well. I think that's really cool. But yeah, not a fan of the home.
Yeah, the font as well, I think is quite nice. I've seen one. I had it on my phone. I've not sent it. But on the away, it's the same color as the sort of blue wash in the badge and the nightstick, which I think works really, really well. Who should we go for? James, let's go with you then.
Yeah.
You know, these promo shots are always the same thing. You know, you're thinking of players heading the ball, players kicking, scoring goals. I think it's really nice of Phil Foden to do one of him taking a throw in. You don't really see that much on.
You know what it looks like to me? The promo shots there, it looks like, X Factor when they get through to the judges' houses and then the live shows. Like Harry Kane's in the 35 and over category. Like they've done his
35 goals and over, yeah.
And then Phil Foden, like Simon Cowell's put him with 4 other lads and put a boy band together. That's the vibe I'm getting off these press shots anyway. Harry Kane definitely looks like a Scouse singer who's done the clubs for like 20 years.
He's got 5 kids to 4 different women, and he's just his last shot at making it. Yeah.
I picture him being quite campy. He's like, "This is my last chance at showbiz. I'm going for it."
Okay. What did someone on X Factor do was exactly like that as well? He was like obsessed with his nana.
Yeah. My nan's not well. This is for her. This is for me nan.
This is for her. She's got a club foot. She's white.
I love you. Yeah, anyway, back to kits. Let's not get distracted.
Get distracted. No chance.
I don't like the bright blue badge on the away kit. I just don't like it. I don't know. It doesn't sit well. It'd be interesting to see if it's just the images that we were sent, and obviously here, is it going to look that blue, like that? Really, it's almost like a sickly ice, like a WKD sort of blue. And I can't say I'm a fan of it. I put this 10th, didn't I? I think to go back to the analogy at the start.
You had him dead last, yeah.
Yeah. To go with the analogy at the start, we said obviously we had to pick 2. And it's sort of, one of them could be really good. You're not a fan of the other one. I sort of disliked both of these equally. It was almost like the ugly sisters in Cinderella. And I just thought, you're going to have to go sort of to the back of the queue. So hopefully it'll grow on me as obviously we go to the World Cup. Hopefully we'll get a little bit further than we did last time in a major tournament as well with it. But yeah, let's just see. But 10th for me, there was just better ones, I think, as we're going to start to come into now.
Yeah, no worries. We're going to get through some comments. Before we do, it's your first time talking kit, making sure you're smashing a like on the video. Subscribing to the channel as well. It'd be great for you to stick around and check out all the content we've got coming for you. A few comments on this. Isaac is saying the away shirt is okay, home just no. Viking saying red one okay, but very familiar looking. I mean, England red shirts are always going to look pretty much the same, aren't they? I think. Elijah, the away is a W for me, especially the colour combo on the swoosh and badge, just totally contradicting what James is saying. Blue, Fiore, and Navy. Norway, probably the best comment of the night. Double A, fire. I mean, I couldn't disagree with you if I wanted to.
You need to stop making accounts, Aaron. That's what you need to
say. One of the many burner accounts.
Didn't even have an avatar, that one.
Still feel a sleeve gradient should go further down the sleeve. I'm disappointed we haven't stuck with a central badge. But most of all, where's the star? Agreeing with what Dan was saying. Big up Concept Kits. One of our guests from the earlier episodes in the series. Do you think it would be higher up the list? Less divisive if they lost the gradient and matched the trim around the neck with the sleeves. A bit more classical. Does anyone agree with that? I think that might be liked a bit more if they did that. No, that's
maybe. No. We'd have to see it. We'd have to see it. We're visual animals.
Yeah. Okay. We'll finish off for you then, Chris, on this one. You had it. So you have 6 on your list, didn't you? This pair.
Yeah, mid-table. Yeah. I like them. I don't love them. I like that they're trying something new and innovative and just kind of a bit balls out of the bath with it. But the home one, obviously, I mean, I like that. Like that's pretty, isn't it? The 3 lines on the collar. That's nice. The home one, for me, it's a weird thing, and I want to see it in person because it might just be the press shots. But I don't mind the light blue, and I remember, I'm old enough to remember when the 96 shirt, or 95 shirt actually, when it came out, a lot of people were like, oh, why is there light blue in it? It should be red. And, there's a bit of, people got a bit upset with that. For me, there's too many blues. Like the badge is a shade of blue. The sponsors, the manufacturers, a shade of blue. Does that match up with the dark blue by the neck? That seems slightly brighter. You know, it's like, whereas they've got it kind of tonally right on the away, the home one is just a little bit. I quite like the laser blue and dark. Like I quite like that. And you know what? These kits only last for 2 years, so they're going to disappear pretty quick. The away one I think is really good. I agree. I'm not a massive fan of that kind of blue wash. Yeah, you know, it kind of looks a little bit like, you know, you've washed it at the wrong temperature and it's you know.
As you know, Chris, you shouldn't be machine washing your shirts anyway. So if they have done, it's
that, obviously, you know, I wash them gently by the Danube once a month, you know, in the cooling waters. You know, it is the trend of, you know, other manufacturers ripping off other people's ideas, which seems to be a very on trend. You know, obviously this is a bit of a rip off of the Italian 91, but I quite like its modernization. And I'm a sucker for an outlined Nike swoosh. I love it. Like it's 98 all the way. The font,
like that.
Font is full of BS as well. Apparently the font is obviously based on Euro 96, but also apparently it's also got its roots in British heavy metal, which I read.
They're making up as they go along. They're going, release that. That's gold. Send that out to the press.
Yeah.
Where?
Although that 9 does look angry, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
I noticed they have got in the sort of training wear, leisure wear type thing that they've released. There is like a heavy metal sort of band T-shirt that they've done with England and stuff on it, but I definitely don't see that in that font.
I mean, if none of the players are biting the head off a bat in the press shots, I don't want to know.
Why are we even here?
I don't want to know. So there we go then. There's the England shirt, 7th on our list, 28 points overall. I thought it might have been a bit higher, but never mind that we all thought very differently in our scoring, especially James having it dead last. Not a fan at all. Moving on to number 6 on the list. Just beating it by 1 point with 29, and it is 2 from Portugal. The 2 that cost me to get a slating on Instagram. not that I'm sour or salty about it at all. 4th on my list. I really do like him, despite the fact that I'm not Portuguese. I think the home is really quite nice. I like the odd sort of diagonal pattern on it, and the away shirt is really, really nice. I think it's really classy. The off-white with the black, and then the sort of Portugal colours on that sort of central stripe. I'm a big fan. I think the good use of the template, which is why I put it 4th. I don't know who would like to go first. Anyone want to talk about it? I'll leave it open to the panel to raise the hand. Chris, straight in there, not pissing about at all. 7th on your list. Give us your thoughts on these 2 shirts, mate, please.
First off, the home one looks like the standard shirt you'd get when you load up Pro Evo. Unlicensed Portugal shirt, you know, Madeira West.
Reynaldo 7.
Yeah, Ronaldo.
Listen, as I tell my partner, sometimes standard is best, and you just have to accept it sometimes.
I told her it's above average size.
For a hobbit, yeah.
Andy just literally said what I was about to say. The fact that the diagonal doesn't kind of line up, or it will only line up if you are in a certain position.
Yeah,
that's doing my OCD and something chronic. Like you have to walk around with your arm just wedged in, so it happens all the time. And also the BS. I can't stand the Nike BS. Apparently, this is symbolic of Portuguese fans wrapping the flag around them.
Oh, they all do that, don't they?
Yeah, you'll see it in the tournament when they pant on beautiful Portuguese women with flags.
The away one's all right, but it just feels a little bit underdesigned. It feels a little bit like, right, it's 5 o'clock, lads. Let's head to the pub. Yeah, it's fine, whatever.
Okay, no, that's fine. That's absolutely fine. Let's go with James, because you're going to contrast all that, aren't you, James? Because you put it second, so clearly you're a lover.
Yeah. Got on the podium this one. I think this will grow on us in tournaments when you're seeing it live. I think this will grow on us. I think the away is a really nice shirt. I like the black sort of on the sleeve and obviously the Nike swoosh. Quite understated, so I sort of agree with what's been said there. It does look a little bit half finished, but I kind of like that about it. I really do. And as far as this template goes, this is just, it really works really well. I'm a fan of the home as well. You know, these are the two out of all of them. Maybe these are the ones I've been trying to make a beeline for and trying to get ordering. I think they'll grow on us as the tournament goes. Definitely.
I'm gonna love it when I see Ronaldo crying in the home one. Like that one, like it'll rocket up a few points.
I'm trying to think who else is in a Portugal.
Everyone
Bruno
likes
Fernandes,
the goats cry, don't they? Clearly.
Yeah.
Dan, we'll come to you. Similar to Chris, you had it 7th on your list. Will you be flying out to Lisbon to try and get it at the stadium at all?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Okay.
I've got the same issue as Chris. It doesn't line up, and it's just. I think it was a Salzburg shirt either last year or the year before. That was the same, but straight down the middle. It kind of moved throughout the sponsor, and it did my head in. But I just think they're a bit boring, and I know you can't really do much of a Portugal shirt. Like you've got to go red and green, but with some of the others, they've at least gone
all black and white.
Well, yeah, all black and white, and then I don't mind the away, but I don't like the cuffs on it. I think they could have gone like green on one side and red on the other, just to add a little bit more to it. And it kind of reminds me of them jumpers that Art of Football did with the scarf across the middle, and that's all I can see in them.
Oh yeah.
But like I don't mind the away, but yeah, it's been nothing special. I'm not eager to put them on the podium or anything.
Fair comments from Dan
now as well. Clearly.
I know, yeah. We'll finish off with Jacob then. Maybe 6 overall on his list. Maybe he's got some nice things to say about 2 what I think are very nice shirts.
Yeah, I quite like them as well. The one thing which I think both of them have got going for it is the color palettes that they've used. I love the red and I love the green. The home shirt, I'd love to see that long sleeved and just to see what it looks like with the one bottom part green and the other one red. That could look a little bit special. And the away kit, I love the way they've used the darker. Is it black or is it like a real dark blue? I couldn't quite see.
Let's have a look.
History would suggest it's black, I think, but you could be right.
It's still hard to make out.
Yeah, it looks black. Doesn't it?
It looks black, but I think there is a tinge of navy there. I think it's a tough one.
I quite like that. I like that because they've got it along the back line as well, and I think it really stands out against that off white. It's the color palette that they've used that's bumped this one up the list for me. I think it's real rich colors that they've used.
Yeah, no, I really like them. Does anyone agree with this? This is probably one of the first of the Nike template where the shirt will benefit from a green neck section. I don't think that's correct. I know Dan might probably say no to that, but no, you don't think if the little neck bit was green?
Possibly. He's got a point. Certainly compared to the Netherlands one, definitely. But
what it would look like if it had that? It would look like, to change sports for a second, but do you remember the 2007 Nike England rugby shirt? It had that kind of red pattern going around.
Oh yeah.
The Nike one going off. Yeah.
It kind of did that switch. If it had that green neckline, it kind of look a bit like that, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would. Yeah.
I agree. I don't think you're not outrating for England ones. Chris, what would you not outrating for England shirts?
Oh, I'd Jay from the In-Betweeners. I'd wear the red one.
Nice.
Of course. And these 2, what would you go for, and what would you?
I would perhaps wear the Portugal home shirt and say I was a Portuguese man of war who fell overboard and only had the flag to save me.
Just make sure you don't run into any subside followers from Instagram while you do that. Because if you find out you're not Portuguese, mate, they're on your neck. Let me tell you.
It's a savage threat on that Insta.
That's the last time I'm going to mention it, by the way. Let me just say that.
And I was like, jeez, that's a bit.
That's the last time I'm going to mention it. Right, okay, Portugal 6 on the list, 29 points. We're getting into the top 5 now. Finally reaching there. beating it by a point, 30 points overall. I think these two are beautiful. I don't know why they are fifth. They should be a lot higher up. I'm disappointed in every single one of you for not rating these higher. It's these two from Croatia, the Croatia shirts. Second on my list. I absolutely love them. I mean, the sort of what I'm trying to think of a computer game that it reminds me of. Sort of Asteroids or Tetris. Yeah, the Tetris book on it. On that home shirt, I think beautiful. And the away shirt, yeah, is something special. Dan, we'll start with you because I've seen you rate the training shirts that Nike released, and you said the training shirt for Croatia should have been their away shirt, which I'm not saying I don't agree with, but yeah, what are you thinking on these two?
Yeah, I really like the home. I'm glad they've kind of switched it up because if they went just like the solid pattern again, it would have looked a bit boring. I'm happy they've changed it up. And again, it's got a centralized badge. Really like it. But yeah, the away, I don't know why the pattern just sticks in the corner, a bit out of the way. But yeah, the pre-match one is so much better because it's the whole checkered pattern across the whole shirt and the kind of the light blue squares are is the word Croatia or in Croatian anyway, which I really like. But yeah, six to me. The away shirt brought it down.
Six on your list. So if the training shirt was the away shirt, where would you think you may have placed them?
I think probably third.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But it's still not top, but yeah.
No, I mean it's a lot higher than you put it in six. So that's fair enough, mate.
I hadn't seen that. Lovely.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yes, it's very, very nice. It is very, very nice. I think most of the training shirts, the Brazil one, I'm a big fan of, and the England one as well is really nice. Yeah. Jacob, let's come to you then on these Croatia shirts. Fourth for you. Yeah, they're pretty special, aren't they, mate? They are nice.
Yeah, I love them. I really like these two. I love on the home the amount of white that they've used. You can see it could have gone one or two ways, and it could be absolutely horrendous. But for me, I think it works. The centralized badge, or both of them, the badge and the Nike tick, I love them. I think they're brilliant. I really like the way that the checks go up the sleeves, and I think the fact that there's no proper sort of collar on there, it looks really cool. Yeah. Full kit wise, the socks, only one of the socks has got the checks on as well, which I quite like. Nice, I think that's a smart little move.
Yeah.
Away
kit. Your PE kit.
Yeah, you got one. The away kit, I think the colours are incredible. They contrast brilliantly. I like the bit of smudging which it's got on there as well, kind of reminiscent to say, was it the 98 Croatia kits which had like half a flag and then nothing?
Yeah.
Or half a check, pattern then nothing. Yeah, I think that's really smart. Love the red tick on there as well, just standing out. Smart kits. I like them.
Yeah, no, I'm in agreement with you. I'm not very PC comment from Elijah here. Hey, the away is the away is the default Microsoft wallpaper. Chris, 8th on your list. Do you tend to agree? Are you not really feeling?
I actually agree with the last comment there. Like I think the away is quite smart, and I kind of wish it was the home one in white and red to kind of echo that World Cup '98 sort of look.
Yeah.
But for me, it's that seam. Like if it was all that kind of smudge into the sleeve, it would look really nice, but it's just a bit blocky. The home one, I'm not a fan. It just reminds me of Minesweeper. It's like,
that's what I was thinking of.
Next, or is it going to be the bomb? And now you know, you've pointed out the pre-match, which I hadn't literally seen until now.
Yeah,
a big missed opportunity to have a proper home and away with that Hrvatska, which I mean, given that I'm part Croatian, I should be able to say, you know, as the Czechs, yeah, just I appreciate they're trying something different, but just a bit of a swing and a miss here for me.
All right. Fair enough. Is he frozen? Is he gone?
I can't believe what I've sasaid.
He's shocked. Like he's absolutely shocked.
Honestly, just start speaking now. Like, sorry, I'm staring into the middle.
He's in pure shock. I don't know what he's seen on his. I don't know what he's seen on his laptop. He's probably still getting Portuguese pelters. He's completely gone.
I like it. Aaron just talked to me. I like it.
Come back.
come back. I'm sorry, Aaron.
We didn't mean it. We didn't mean it. I'm trying to think where I put. I'll have to pull up my scores of where I actually placed this, and I'll continue in Aaron's absence. But I don't know. It's the kit's gone now as well. So it's just those guys. Where did I place the Croatian shirt? 5th, middle of the road. I tend to agree with you. I don't think like the shape of the I'll try and get it up on my phone. It's like they don't know what to do with like the badge and stuff. So it's just like, let's just completely delete everything away from it. And it just looked a little bit of a mess for me. So I don't know. I definitely like the training shirt though. The training shirt's a great shout.
That training shirt's mint.
But yeah, it's like they don't know what they're doing with this area. So they're just like, let's just completely get rid of it. Which is a bit of a weird one. But yeah, the training shirt looks amazing. Also, we've got a white background. Let's get the palest redhead guy to wear the white top, just to disappear into the background. But yeah, home or away? Which one? What's the preference? We're all saying the away one. Would we say?
No, I think the home.
You think the home?
Yeah,
I quite like
with the home as well. I mean, I've not seen a photo yet, but I would imagine some of that white's going to be taken up with the number as well. A lot of these are getting
I guess so.
Numbers on the front.
So
it might fill it a little bit. Yeah, it might fill it a little bit more than that.
I think out of all of them, the home one is the one that handles that template the best. Out of like near enough the entire line, I think it handles it really, really well. It just feels like they started maybe with the full checkerboard, and then they went, right, we've got to lose a bit. The number. Right, we've got to lose a bit for the badge. Oh, I can't see it. All right, trim it there. Trim it there. Someone slipped bottom right. And then
too many. Put some back. And then I think they probably did the home first and thought, right, we're not doing that again. Just do it in the corner. Just do it over the shoulder. For the away. Let's just get that sorted.
Someone went and went, I know how to use the smudge tool on Photoshop. Oh, show us. Oh.
Stop messing about on paint with it.
Yeah. I just don't get why that smudge effect isn't going into all it. Like
it stops there, doesn't it? Like it stops as soon as it gets to the. Yeah.
You mentioned Microsoft,
here he is. He's back.
And I get a virus straight away. You know what I mean?
You're back.
An absolute joke.
I
hope you've not missed me.
The still of you when it froze, Aaron, looked like you were just absolutely livid at something you'd seen on the screen. So.
No,
but yeah.
Maybe that's a different show. I don't know.
That's your OnlyFans.
Apologies. Only fan. I've got one. Apologies for that. I'm back.
So if you didn't know, Aaron, I've sort of given my review on it. Just to keep you up to date, but
tell me more.
Scored it 5th, and I just said just the blocks.
Just give me a gist.
They're a little bit all over the place, aren't they? It looks a bit random the way they pulled them away. Somebody made a good point that obviously the number's perhaps going to go below the Nike swoosh, but just looks a bit messy for me. That one. But yeah, 5th.
Okay, fair enough. There we go then. 5th on the list overall, 30 points is Croatia. Let's move on then quickly to number 4. Again, just beating it by 1 point overall on our list. And it's these two. In Asia, it is the South Korea pair, home and away. I like them, I think. I like the chalk effect on the away shirt. I like the tiger effect on the home shirt. 6 overall on my list. We'll start with Chris, I think. 4th for you. I got a solid showing. Yeah, they got to be.
Yeah, I think they're pretty lush. I think, I love that kind of real, vibrant red. Again, there's a little bit of kind of BS about them that I don't necessarily kind of buy into. The what's it? I've literally written it down here. The away is Taeguk. Apologies if I said that correctly.
That seems butchered to me, but we'll go with it.
Does my natural Korean speaking not come out? Oh, sorry. The Taeguk represents that. Just sounds like I'm being really racist. Sorry.
It does sound like a slur when you say it like that.
Taeguk. I keep saying it.
Don't double down on it. It doesn't make it any easier.
What if I say it with an accent? Let me try that. Apparently, it's national pride, which obviously
it's like like you're a sergeant from a Korean War movie.
Yeah, they've passed me. No, I'm not going to go down that. But apparently, the away one represents heaven and earth. Does it, or is it just a pretty, pattern that looks a little bit like that Leipzig away from last year?
I would have accepted fireworks. Why have they gone with heaven and earth?
Exactly. Why? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I actually really like it. I think it's one of the few ones where that print effect kind of works for me, and that kind of subtle. Thanks, Elijah, for
I mean, could you phonetically spell that, Elijah, just so we don't get cancelled?
Yeah, I don't think that's going to help. It's probably going to make it worse, if anything.
Sorry, I've got the South Korean console. But yeah, I like the tiger print on the home. I love that South Korea aren't afraid, literally way back from 2002, to just mix it up with shades of red and vibrancy. Yeah. And I just think this is just a very solid show. I wish it had black shorts though, instead of just the all red for the home. It looks like it's but yeah. End of rant.
Good shirts.
Good stuff.
Lovely. Let's go on. Let's move on to Jacob. We'll go with you. 7th on your list. What are your thoughts on these two shirts from South Korea?
I love the home shirt. The red that they've used is really vibrant. I can imagine it looking great on the pitch as well as off it. The badge is class on both of them. Love the shoulder detailing graphic that it's got there. I like the fact it's got a little collar on the home shirt. The away one kind of, I'm not a big fan of it really, and that's kind of why I've marked it low down. Reminiscent to the Leipzig Nike effort from a couple of seasons ago, was it now, that one? It kind of looks like, I mean, as a kid, I remember doing like in infant school, doing like the firework photos where you do like red and blue and yellow and stuff like that, and then go over the top with black and then just scratch little fireworks out. And it looked exactly the same as that. It's all right, that one, but it's kind of like when a team has an away shirt and it's supposed to be a bit crazy, for me, it doesn't really work. Not for me.
Fair enough, mate. No worries. James, we'll come to you then. 3rd on your list, this pair.
3rd, yeah. I like it as a... Yeah, you're breaking up there again, Aaron. I like it. I like it as a pairing. I think the away for me is one that I'll be looking to try and get over the Christmas period. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. Just to try.
I'm
and
not bad at
it. No, but I think that one, I love it. I think it's great. Home shirt, I like it as well. And I like was it Chris I mentioned before? Just they've been a bit brave with it, something a bit different, a little bit unique. Yeah. Why not? Again, I don't know how much control they have over that, whether that's just a Nike sort of idea, but really do like it. I'm ashamed. It's a bit of a shame they said heaven and earth. That seems like BS to me. But yeah. But no, the away for me is great, and certainly one I'll be looking to get. And I still only ranked it 3rd, so yeah. But no, really like these two.
Fair enough, mate. Finishing off for you then, Dan. You had it one place low in 4th, but obviously still, not did you? Yeah, you're 4th on your list. Yeah. Still a fan of the pair then?
Yeah, I like them. I think the away is very obviously based off the Leipzig one, and if I didn't like the Leipzig shirt, I would have used it for point scoring against it, but I like it, so it's going up there. And the home, I don't know whether I prefer it if the pattern just was across the whole shirt. Like, it just looks a bit plain. Obviously, once the number stuff's on there, it'll look better. And I like how they've changed the colour of the badge, obviously, to fit the shirt, gone with the black and the black collar. But yeah, I like them. I'm not buying the absolute rubbish that it's heaven and earth. They've gone, we've made a cool kit, let's just pretend there's some inspiration behind it. And I think they have done for every shirt this season. But yeah, I like they're not my favourite, but they're better than a lot of the others.
Oh, you're on mute, Aaron.
I knew that. Don't worry about it.
We're trying to dub it like a Korean film.
Yeah, I was hoping you'd come in and do your bit there. You do it.
I love all of these shirts. They are fantastic. Like
that. There we go. Yeah, it's a shame we haven't got pictures of these on pitch yet. And I think I think you get another element of these shirts when that does happen. Obviously, the brand new, not been worn yet, but I think it's a good showing from South Korea again. 2 great shirts, 4th on our list, 31 points overall. We're in the top 3, automatic promotion to the Champions League. It's national team, so no, I don't work that one this time. Anyway, moving on. 36 points, 3rd on the list. I think it may cause a little bit of a fraction this one, because I think people may have put these top, and it is these 2. It's the world champions. It's France, and their 2 showings haven't come number 1. And a couple of people put on, I say a couple of people, 3 of you put it number 1 on your list. We'll start with James, because he has crimes to answer for. So Chris, Dan, and Jacob. James put these shirts 9th on his list.
I stand by it.
Tell us why, please.
I mean, not that I've been to a gym anytime recently, but it just looks like a gym sort of like body warmer thing. It doesn't strike me as, we talked about Korea being like this ambitious sort of, they've gone for it with the colour scheme and stuff. And not that I expect every single shirt to be loud, but that looks like something you get from Decathlon, to be honest. And they're just on the chicken on there. Perhaps it's a Nando's hybrid. I don't know, but it's just it doesn't really do anything for me, this at all. And like I say, when I score these, a lot of the time I'll think, would I have this as part of my collection? And I mean, it is a muscle fit, so definitely not. But even more so to that, I'm not a fan of it. Also, it looks like the guy in the home shirt really dislikes the guy in the away shirt.
It's twin brother.
Yeah, he's the same guy, so he's probably thinking, why that guy?
I wanted to wear the away shirt. I won't do any more accents. Yeah, there we go.
The French shirts, not Welsh shirts, for one.
Hey, boy.
Yeah, I put these 7th on mine. I think they're okay. The home one is a bit too much like the 2013 home shirt. I think it's a bit too similar to that for me, which I might say that for. I love the badges, especially on the away shirt. I don't think I got the close up of it to show, but it's a beautiful pattern on that. I think they're okay. I like them. That's nothing more than that. So we'll come to the 3 that put it top, I guess. We'll start with you, Dan. Why are these the best Nike shirts that have been released for the World Cup and just for national teams in general for you?
Well, I think at first I really liked the away. As soon as that was out, I was like, let's go in top, because the pattern is like those Red Star shirts from a couple of years ago. Where I think the Red Star one's like the history of the club and like French football. I think France is something similar. That is like the history of France on them, I think.
Yeah.
And then the home, I wasn't overly sold on at first, but then I remember they're obviously going to have the gold World Cup winners patch in the middle of that. And then hopefully, I presume they'll go for a gold name set as well, which
yeah,
I like
gold name set. Yeah,
I like gold football shirts and gold in football shirts. So yeah, going with that top, and I'm probably going to buy it with it printed and all the badges.
With Pogba on the back, yeah?
I think so, yeah. Yeah.
Why not? You don't play for United. Don't play for United anymore. So why not? Yeah.
Big fan of Pogba.
Yeah, at least that makes one of us, mate. Chris, we'll come to you. I mean, they are beautiful shirts. I think this picture does justice with the pattern in the back within the shirt, and the badges do look great. So why for you then should these be top of the pile, number 1?
I think the home one. I think I tweeted this was, we all have the shirts in our collection where our partners go, oh, I like that for a football shirt. This is top of that pile, isn't it? That's you can wear it on a night out and get away with wearing a football shirt. I like the home one's all right. I like it. It's got a very kind of classic sort of feel. I wouldn't say it's anything particularly special. The away one, I really, I've grown. It's grown on me, but because obviously got the. I'm going to try another foreign word here, people. So just watch out. Is it the toil de jouer or something like that? Forgive my Swedish accent.
You tell me.
Yeah, it's like that. It's that particular patterning that they use on kind of like ceramics. And again, it's like you say, it's like the Red Star history. I think for me, what lets this one down, even though I have put it as top, is I would have liked to have seen that pattern be a little bit more pronounced, whereas it just kind of feels a bit subtle on this. I love the badge. I do still think the long sleeves look like pajamas, but I just think if we're just looking for kind of, I think what these two shirts have that I think a lot of the rest of the shirts don't have, which is something I kind of naturally symbolize with Nike, is when they do simple shirts, they look really classy.
Yeah.
And I think with the rest of them, they don't look under-designed. They look classy. And I think that's what kind of pushes them to the top, where it just kind of, it all just about sits right. Like, don't get me wrong, this gets blitzed by literally near enough every single Adidas World Cup release going.
Yeah.
But I think for the out of the range of the shirts, these are kind of elegantly designed, classy. I would have liked to have seen that pattern on the away a little bit more pronounced, but obviously they've learned after their 2016 sleeve debacle, haven't they, about making it nice and subtle. I like that away badge as well. So yeah, that's the
gist. That's the cut and dry of it. Jacob, we couldn't finish on you on these shirts, and obviously number one for you. So I guess not a lot you could probably say to improve it. I think on this shirt especially, both of them, yeah. Do you think if the badge had been iridescent, it would have just added another level to that shirt? A lot like the Barcelona from last year. It would have just made it sparkle a little bit more. And what are your overall thoughts on these shirts?
I think Chris summed it up nicely when he said there's a class about them. They're very classy shirts, both home and away. Just talking about this away one as it's on the screen, I love the different colour blues used in that badge. If I've seen a few photos of the home and away, and I think the attention to detail is probably why I've put them so high up. In the home badge, it's got very similar, where it's got the different golds which are used in it, and I think there is a bit of sparkle. Sorry, you can't tell from in there. There's a bit of sparkle in that gold on that badge as well. On a couple of the images that I've seen that look great. I mean, that is a home shirt worthy of the reigning champions and the defending champions. I love the gold detailing, the sort of botanical floral elements to the collar and the cuffs. I think are very, very smart, and I like the way that it's followed through onto the red socks as well. I saw the full kit image this afternoon, and the socks have got that sort of floral image going through it. And then to sort of echo what was said about the away, I would like to see that pattern a little bit bolder. I loved the Red Star shirt from a few seasons ago. I'm quite glad that they've sort of incorporated a similar design in this one. I don't know all of the images that they've used, but I think they've got like the Champs-Elysees and stuff like that in there, haven't they? Like proper French sort of iconic images. And I think they've got the same graphic running through the socks, the white away socks as well. From what I noticed, I quite like it. I think it's classy. And in regards, I think that cut as well, that long sleeve cut, is quite French looking, isn't it? So it's quite French. Not in an insulting way.
Stick a baguette under his arm and some garlic around his neck.
And a beret.
You're right there in Paris, mate. I'm telling you, you can smell the garlic on him.
The reason we've started the show now, the reason we started the show now at 9:30 is so we can show someone's cock on the screen.
Because normally.
Good night.
Anyway, there we go. France, number 3 on our list, 3rd overall, 36 points. I think the 3 guys that put it first might be a little bit disappointed, but we move on to number 2 on the list, beating it by just 1 single point. I'm gonna say one word for this shirt, or one of the shirts, and that is peas. That's all I'm gonna say, and you'll know what I'm talking about. It is the Nigeria home and away. I just can't see anything other than peas on that home shirt. I'm so sorry. And the away shirt is the best shirt that Nike have released. It's a throwback. Is it 94? I want to say 94 away shirt. It is fucking beautiful. Just it's beautiful. Even makes good use of that Nike template. that shirt alone would be number one. That home shirt has dragged it down to 5th on my list. I'm sorry, I just don't like it. After the previous two, I've done so well. Yeah, it's not for me. Let's go. We'll start with Jacob because you had it 8th. So I'm guessing, is it just that home shirt that's dragged it down for you?
Yeah, yeah. I echo exactly everything you just said. The away shirt is incredible. I love the nod back to 94. It was my first international tournament. So anything that sort of nods back to 94, I'm instantly like, yeah, that's a massive tick for me. Yeah. And that's amazing. I love the colour green that they've used on the cuffs and the neck, and it's on the back as well. That sort of Nigerian traditional pattern along the sleeves with the black with the little bits of green. It's an amazing shirt, to be fair.
Yeah.
But the away shirt, I just can't. The home shirt, sorry, I can't get on board with it. I like the deeper green, and I like the light green as a contrast. But as much as I want to try and get involved and like it, I can't.
No, I'm there with you, mate. I really do want to like it. It's too much. Like Isaac said, that's a big eagle. It is a big eagle, mate, because they are the Super Eagles. We will move on then to. Let's go to James. No, James. We'll leave James because we'll just leave you. Leave you alone. I'll leave you alone. Dan, let's come to you. Second overall. The home shirt for you then. Can you process how nice it is compared to the others?
Yeah, I really like it, and I love the eagle in the middle. I thought it came out and people were like, it's just a mess. There's nothing going on, but there obviously is reason behind it. And I think just because most of the home shirts have been so boring, I was just happy they've changed it up and gone out there quite a bit. Mm-hmm. And obviously, I know it's not as good as the previous ones. Like the 2018 was, I think, probably one of the best shirts I've ever done. But yeah, I really like the away as well. They've actually made use of the template, and it doesn't look bad. I like the sleeves as well, going back to the 94 shirt. But yeah, I think not quite as good as Francis for me, but yeah, still second. And a really good set of shirts.
Yeah, I look at that away shirt and I just think Daniel Amakachi straight away.
Yeah.
You have to, don't you? Chris, second again for you. Do you think with the home, there was a lot of people speculating that they would go a bit more simple this time? Obviously, the too far out shirts that they had for Nigeria previous to this. Do you think they've jumped the shark a little bit with this one?
I didn't think they were going to go simple. I actually thought they were going to go in this direction, but obviously I didn't know quite how far. So obviously it started with that one in 2018, and then the 2020, so that one was a huge hit based on a kind of throwback, and it went mad. Obviously the 2020 was based on the kind of a bag of robes and the kind of that traditional Nigerian or authenticity. This one now, the day I saw it, we had one of our kind of family friends, Danny, up with us, who's from Nigeria, and I went, "Oh, I'm not sure," and he looked at that and he went, "That's more like it." And I went, "What do you mean?" He just went, And here's the thing. I think, and I don't wish to talk for all of us, but I think sometimes particular federation shirts might not necessarily translate, across the boundaries as well as others. So the way we're talking about that England shirt about, I really like it. It links to Euro Italian 90, and it all kind of means something to us. Yeah. Clearly in Nigeria, this hand-drawn, and apparently this is a hand-drawn design. There we go. Thank you, Elijah. These are all hand-drawn designs put together. And I think this is where football shirts and authenticity and kind of the cultural context all come together. And I think we look at that and go, holy shit, that's a lot. That's a big eagle. Whereas I think, culturally, I think some people look at that and go, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I bloody love that. I think it hides a lot of that template nicely. Like where are the seams I can't see? They could literally have that eagle as part of the seams. And of course, that away one. That away one would have been my number one with a bullet. I'm going to be gutted it's not at the World Cup. I don't know what's going on with that neckline over there. will suit me fine. But that with a name. I mean, I'm a sucker for like a white shirt, a bold color, and a snazzy pattern in some part of it.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah, no, I agree. Elijah, I think we need to get you on the show, mate, because you're showing up us with your knowledge, mate. I really appreciate you coming in the comments. It's greatly received. James, we will finish off with you because you had these top of the list. That's why I wanted to save you, not because I like you any more than the other guys here, obviously. Why were these top of the list? What do you love so much about them?
Yeah, I think we mentioned on a show previously. I was like, it'd be interesting to see what Nigeria do next time round. And this throwback, this one that's on the screen now, is amazing. I think we're all in agreement. This is probably in all our top fives this evening, probably. And for me, it's number one.
Number one, it'd be number one.
Yeah, easily.
Absolutely fantastic. So that straight away just put it sort of to the top of the list. It really stood out when obviously you sent them through to us as a list.
Yeah,
this one really stood out. I was like, oh wow, okay. I kind of agree what you mean with the green sort of the home shirt, but again, it's certainly not the worst shirt I've ever seen in terms of that loudness, that boldness, and it does obviously keep with sort of that African style, that loudness and stuff like that. So I think even the away does, if you want to hide that template, if you're not a fan of it, it does do that really well. So as a pairing, definitely number one, and that away kit is magical. Jacob, what we're thinking for a design on the away there? I'm thinking the singer Seal. I think he's got Nigerian heritage. You could put him on there.
You know what? It's happening now. It's happening now. It's got to, hasn't it?
I'll do it because I think it made that shirt look better. I'll actually wear it. I'll do a bit of a Seal, mate. 100%.
I don't know, but yeah, no, it's just a fantastic shirt, isn't it?
You know, remember in '94 when the three guys scored the goal and they were doing that celebration?
Yeah,
that famous one when they're in the white kit as well. That would look class on there as well.
It'd have to be. Do you know what? I think we've missed a trick this week. What we should have done, not a night out rating. Who should be on the shirt rating?
Who should be on the shirt? Well, another time, I'm sure.
Every time you're on, Jacob, that's what we're doing. Fuck the night
Who's
out.
going on it?
Yeah, that's what we're doing from now on. Right, okay.
Both of these are class for the night out rating, though.
Oh yeah,
these win it hands down, maybe.
Yeah,
absolutely getting in. All sorts of dance and raves you're getting in with these, especially an Afro beats night. Telling you.
I'd love to wear the Nigerian home out and literally just look like David Mitchell. Like I can't wear either of these shirts. Like I suddenly turn into David Mitchell and suddenly very, very British. Like, oh, sorry. Sorry, I'm just wearing it.
I've got a massive urge just to call you clean shirt. I've got to say.
Lovely.
All right, clean shirt. Well, there we go then. Number 2 on the list, Nigeria, 37 points overall. Just missing out on top spot this week. It leaves one nation left. The smile on my face is getting a little bit bigger now. 42 points overall. No one put it outside the top 5, this pair, which I'm happy at and also a little bit surprised. So number 1 on our list this week for the Nike 2022 national team shirts for a home and away pair to South America. It is Brazil. I'm very, very happy. For me, I had to put them top. I just think as a pair, they're just exquisite. That home, very vibrant. I love the lighter green as well, with the sort of blue trim. And the pattern, obviously the Jaguar and stuff like that, it's got deep meaning in sort of Brazil. I love him. I can't wait to see him on the pitch. And I think Brazil will win the World Cup. And I think these kits will aid that as well, looking fashionable. Who should we go with? Let's go with you, James, on this one. You had it lowest out of the 5 of us. You only had them in 4th on your list. A lot of people say Brazil shirts, home shirts especially, always look the same, don't really stand out. But that can't be said about this shirt, surely.
I like what they've done as a pair. Sort of, you've got the home, which is quite traditional in a sense with what they've done. They've not overdone it, and then the away, even though it's the blue with the sort of the Jaguar leopard print on the arm, something different, a little bit unique. So I don't dislike it. I just think my top 3 I was kind of set on. What do I dislike about these? I guess why didn't they make the top 3? The button down maybe on the home, not a huge fan of. I think the template does work very well on the away strip there. the badge. Have they changed up the badge a little bit?
Yeah,
the font of Brazil looks quite big on this. I don't know if that's a little bit misleading just on the shots there, but looks a little bit different to normal. But yeah, it's just some better shirts there tonight, I think, really.
Yeah, so they updated the crest. I think it was the last home shirt or set of shirts they had. So a couple of years ago, 2020, I'm going to say, from the previous ones. They've updated it a little bit. It looks a bit more vibrant than the previous. Let's go to you, Chris. Third for you for this pair. I don't think James quite understood what I meant when I said a lot of people say Brazil shirts are a bit boring, but I think this one is a lot different. It's a pattern in it. You can see quite faint. Do you think it looked a bit more vibrant and out there than the most Brazil offerings we've had from Nike previously?
Yeah, I think the general vibe from Nike with all of these releases is to kind of be a little bit more on the kind of neon-y, vibrant pattern. I like the Brazil home shirt. I don't love it. I'm not a big fan of the button up, although the button on the inside is beautiful.
Yeah.
I really, really like that. I'm a little bit picky. I don't like that the Nike swoosh is blue. I prefer it to be green, but that's me. For me, what rockets it up, I think this is good. I think it's nice. I think it's going to look good under the sun. When you think of World Cups, you want to see Brazil, playing in the yellow, the blue, and the white socks, and it's gonna look great. But for me, almost beating the Nigeria away, I've fallen in love with this away shirt. I love it. I can't explain it. It's just, it looks like a pair of Liz McDonald's leggings off a curry, really. But
okay.
And I don't necessarily even buy into the whole leopard print. But for me, it's zingy. It's nice. It's a shirt that I look at and I go I want to wear that. I like the coloring. I want it with the yellow numbering, and I've kind of just fallen very smitten with this shirt. And actually, I'm a little bit gutted. I'm wearing this, Nike jacket when actually that shirt should have been delivered today, but I think because I got the number on it.
Oh, mate, no way.
It was delivered in time. But yeah, that shirt for me is one of the nicest Brazil shirts ever.
Yeah. Oh, okay. That's strong opinions from Chris. I tend to agree. I think the first pictures I saw of it on Footy Headlines, I wasn't keen. I think the pattern was a bit too out there. Obviously, it's just predicted. I like it's a little bit more subtle, but yeah, it's absolutely great. The promo for it as well. Ronaldo sat wearing a pair of Air Max. Was it 97s? I think he's wearing, or something like that. People were going mad for. Dan, we'll come to you. You're same as Chris. You had it third on your list overall for this pair. What are you saying about them? They're great. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess. I'm not the biggest fan of the away. I'm much further home. I think the sleeves look a bit tacky. I think that must just be me, but I'm not sold on it. It's obviously better than if it was just plain blue or being they tried something with a template in the collar. It's not bad, but yeah, I'm much for the home shirt. I love the button up on it. I like how the pattern's all the way through it. It is really subtle, but you can still tell it's there. I think it might be high up because I'm a bit of a Neymar fanboy, and I probably will be buying it. But yeah, I really like it. I really like it.
Yeah, I'm a fan. I like the font. James, what did you say last night? What did the font remind you of?
It's of the it's the number set, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It looks like I think it was the 0. It looked like the MK Dons badge.
Oh right, yeah. I haven't got a picture of the
I
name.
can maybe try and get it up because it was in our chat, but it did look a little bit like that. Let me quickly find it because it was.
You do that and we'll move on. So Jacob, we'll come to you. Finishing off, you had it second. Narrowly missing out to France for you. So yeah, on this pair, mate, for you, some of the best Brazil have released for a little bit.
Yeah, definitely. It was very close between these Brazil shirts and the France ones. I love the sort of Jaguar rosette pattern that they've got running through the home away and the goalkeeper shirt as well. That continuity that I think merges them all together beautifully. It looks great. I really like the new badge. It's modern, but it's also got a very retro twist with the colours. It usually drives me mad when they don't match the colours to the badge. You know what I mean, when there's just a massive difference between them. But I really like that. It's old school but modern, big as well. I love it's been spoken about before, but the flag detailing on the button, that's great. The away shirt, the colours, just a great set of kits, vibrant, beautiful colours, and I love the continuity running through the home, away, and the goalkeeper kits.
Lovely stuff. James, did you get that picture up?
I do indeed. Where's my camera? So can you see like sort of the 0 in there?
Yeah.
Looks very similar to
the
Which way am I going? I can't tell, but yeah.
We got you.
But yeah, it's just, again, my brain. But yeah.
Faint hustle, but yeah, it's there, if you say so, yeah. So there we go then. Number 1 on our list for the Nike 2022 national team releases. Brazil, top of the pile with 42 points. Let's hope they do the same in Qatar in the World Cup. Well, for me anyway, obviously. The other 4 probably don't agree with that one. They're wanting the blue wash England to obviously come out top. So there we have it. That is our list for this week. They are our shirts. Thank you for watching. As always, it's been a massive pleasure to have you here. And obviously the guests that we've had on have just made the show even better than it. I say it always is, but I mean, it's been a good one tonight. I've had a laugh. It's been very entertaining. Dan, thank you so much for coming on, pal. It's been good to see you again. You're welcome anytime. Let everyone know where you are on the sort of internet, and definitely plug up that TikTok, mate, because you're doing some good stuff at the moment.
Mainly just Twitter and TikTok at Retro Shirts FC, and Instagram Retro Shirts Football Club. It's not that hard to find, but yeah. Thanks for having me on. Had a good time.
Anytime, mate, and let us know about any more sort of trips to countries just to buy football shirts.
That will do. I'm eyeing up a Venice trip because you can't buy the shirts online. So.
Of course you are. Yeah,
20 quid return flights. So,
no, not bad, not too bad. Jacob, again, well, the hat trick ball, it should be in the post. James said he'll sort you out, so I'll leave that up to him. We'll stick all our signatures on it for you, mate. But let everyone know where you are and what's coming up for you. I know you said it's a busy period coming up, so plug the hell out yourself, of course.
Yeah, man. So you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at ArtOnShirtsFC. Commission work at the moment coming up. We've got a Brazil shirt for Kit Manaman. I think he might have maybe leaked what's going on it. Didn't he last week?
Did they? I
don't know, but yeah, he's got
a little Easter egg in last week's show. I don't know. Maybe.
Might have been. Yeah, a little. He's getting an R9 Brazil World Cup '98 shirt coming. In the pipeline, there's a Newcastle, a Hibs, Man United goalkeeper. I don't think you like him. But, yeah, it is. And then, other than commission work, I've been working on some sort of, I guess, kind of like a bit of a 90s retro leisure wear range, which will be coming out as well. So that's. I'm looking forward to getting that out because it's kind of been something I've been wanting to do since starting it up. So yeah, that's quite busy now until Christmas.
That's what we want to hear, mate. That's what we want to hear. So yeah, make sure you go and check out Jacob as well. And if you've got anyone that wants a shirt with a favourite player on, make sure you hit him up. I know we spoke about a couple that I want doing, mate, but we're gonna have to sort them out 100%. Add a little bit more jazziness to the collection for sure. But yeah, as always, mate, thank you for spending an evening with us.
Thanks for having me on. I love it. It's
anytime.
Good to chat, innit?
Appreciate it. Chris, we didn't manage to get through the whole show without me disappearing, but I'm still here, so that's one thing. As always, mate, thank you so much for coming on. It's been great. And thank you for picking 20 great shirts.
Were 20 great shirts?
Yes, they're always great. I can't say that. Just in case we ever get a Nike deal, mate. I can't say the shit. So yeah, where do you live? Not obviously, really. I mean, on the internet, that'd be weird. Obviously, let people know where you are.
On the internet, on Twitter. You can find me on Twitter at ChatShirt. And please, come say hi. I love, chatting shirts. But also, I would just take this moment to Jacob and Dan. I don't get to talk to the pair of you enough, but I really love your work.
Yeah, same. Likewise.
Aaron and James, yeah, you're all right as well. But no, honestly, I think what everyone's doing here is great, and just love the community come together. I'm a bit of a sucker for that. And also, if you do want to come find me on Twitter, feel free to pile on a bit of pressure about me getting the videos back up, because I operate well under guilt. You know what I mean? So.
You know what? I was literally about to put out a plea to anyone watching. Make sure you go and get in Chris's DMs and say, listen, I want to see you start producing videos again, mate. It's been too long. His videos are amazing. He's a great content creator, and we need him in this. He inspires me. I'm sure he inspires a lot of other people within the sort of kit community to do stuff. So, yeah, we need you back, mate, on the regular. I'm not just saying it. It's true. So
hopefully, I will be chatting with Lord Subside in the next day or so, and there might be some more chat shirts coming out before the World Cup.
That's what we like to see. Andy's on it. Andy's saying it as well. Chris, get on it. So yeah,
get on it.
Get on it. James, we'll come to you again. Obviously, Laughing are doing very, very well. Everyone who doesn't know, James likes to stand up and tell jokes on occasion. Yes. So what else you got to plug? Anything or what's going on?
No. What I forgot? I'm hosting tomorrow night at Lafayette. There's still some tickets available if anyone's in the Manchester area. Deansgate Lock, is that where it is? Don't even know where my own gig is. But yeah, so come along to that. But more importantly, just like and subscribe to this channel. Like you said before, Aaron, we are growing. We're still very new. And if people want to comment like they have done tonight, I think they've been great in the comments. Yeah. Give us ideas for shows, for kits, anything you want us to talk about. Helps us grow, helps us get people in from the community to discuss these things. So just focus on getting us up there in the world of sort of content, I guess, on YouTube. So yeah, like and subscribe to that.
Absolutely, I echo that. It's your first time talking kit, like the video, subscribe to the channel, stick on the bell notification. For myself, obviously, apart from being 1/3 of talking kit, I'm doing the Never a Foul stuff. So where I do actually talk about football, like I know what I'm on about. Trafford Tunnel, obviously, I'm doing that show with Saeed and Andy Tate. Getting my name out there, doing a little bit of everything at the moment. It's going quite well content-wise. So yeah, check me out on every other channel that I seem to be on at the moment. But my home, my love, my wife, this is where I have the 3 kids and I come home every night and they sleep in this bed.
Get to bed.
Talking kit is where I live and it is my first love. So yeah, make sure you're getting involved in the channel. Everyone as well. I said, get in Chris's DMs. We get in James's DMs as well, please. Counterfeit Crookie on Instagram, CF Crookie on Twitter. For the fact that we want to release a video for something we're doing with classic football shirts. And I'm waiting for him to send me his bit so I can release this fucking video. So everyone get on it, James, please, so I can get this video out because it's quite entertaining. And I think you'll like what we're doing with it. So, yeah, that is it from us. We've rambled on enough. We'll be back next week with another full kit rankers. It's Talking Kit. We're the best on YouTube for doing football kit content. Apart from Chris, that sounds really arrogant when Chris is here. But, yeah.
Just say that behind your back.
Just make sure you like and subscribe. We've been Talking Kit. We've been the greatest. You've been great. We'll see you all very soon. Goodbye.